welcome to another video. As promised, I'm going to take a look at the singles 81, 85 vinyl records that I have in my collection and some of the variants of those. There's lots to get through, so I'll get cracking. The first copy I want to show you is the UK release from 1985. Here are the tracks. Annoyingly, the tracks aren't in this order. Let me just go through the actual order. So it's Dreaming of Me, New Life, Just Can't Get Enough, See You, Leave in Silence, Get the Balance Right, Everything Counts, Loving Itself, People Are People, Master and Servant, Blasphemous Rumours, Shake the Disease, and it's called A Heart. So basically it plays through chronologically, unlike this list. I don't know what the logic is to this list. If anybody knows, please comment below. So, lovely picture. This is the album that got me into Depeche Mode in the first place, before Black Celebration. You've got the grey logos there. And this was originally a gatefold. So lots of nice photos in there from that period in the 80s. And then there's a nice illustrated inlay in the sleeve, shall we say, with the covers of the 7 inches on as well. Again, I don't really know what the coloured dots. There might be some kind of secret code that needs to be discovered, like the Da Vinci Code to this album. And then that's what the labels look like on the UK version. So that's UK, that's the kind of baseline to compare the other albums against. So let's take a look at some other versions. Also from 1985 is the Italian version. There's a black logo in the corner here. The tracks are the same and they're listed the same on the back. This is also a gatefold, exactly the same inside. Possibly a bit more glossy than the UK version. And then if we take a look inside, the inner sleeve isn't card like the UK version, but it's the same with the coloured circles on and the covers of the 7 inches, and the label is a kind of pale yellow label, and it's got the usual sort of anti-counterfeiting mark on there. And then in the same year, 1985, if you were in Germany, you were blessed with a metallic poster inside. This is int 146817. Bit of a grubby copy, but same gatefold. And it's got all the accoutrements inside. So let's have a look. So here's the poster, and you can see that's pretty cool. Italicized poster. Paper insert with the same stuff on as before, and then this was actually a grey vinyl, direct metal mastered DMM grey vinyl. So that's pretty sweet. So that's what you got in West Germany. If you were in East Germany, the German Democratic Republic, you didn't get the singles 81, 85. You got the Depeche Mode greatest hits. And the track listing on this is completely different. It's on Amiga, which is the government sanctioned record label, and these tracks had to be approved by the government. So side one's got Shake the Disease, Question of Lust, It's Called a Heart, Blasphemous Rumours, and Everything Counts, and People Are People. So pretty similar. And then the B-side's got Master and Servant, Something to Do, which wasn't even a single. Stripped, Here Is the House, again not a single. It Doesn't Matter, again not a single. And It Doesn't Matter Too, again not a single. So Black Celebration, quite well represented. This came out in 1987, which explains why there's Black Celebration stuff on there. There's 2 different versions. There's a yellow labelled one, and there's a blue labelled one. And the other thing to know with these is that it's not a gatefold sleeve. working on a budget. And then going back to 1985, but much further afield, we have the Japanese release. This is typical of the Japanese albums. It comes with an obi strip. Again, it is a gatefold album. It's the same inside as the others, although the obi strip obviously extends into the inside sleeve. And then if we take a look at the actual record itself, quite a tight fit. It's just a sort of black label on there, so not the sire label as you'd expect on this one. It does come with a similar sort of inner, but this isn't actually an inner sleeve. This is an insert because it opens up and has the lyrics in English and Japanese. Plus, in this version, we have an inlay with some kind of essay there as well in Japanese and another picture of the poets. And then even further afield, if we go to Australia and New Zealand, we have another copy. This is on Possum Records. Good day, Possums. Tracks are displayed on the backs in out of order, same as all of them. This is a inlay. Sorry, this is a gatefold. I just spotted the inlay in here. The inlay is in black and white, which is a bit disappointing. And strangely, they haven't reproduced the coloured dots, but they have left some dots behind. So it's a very curious inlay there. And then the label itself is a white label with the Possum Records logo on there with a picture of a possum on it. And then another kind of curiosity in the singles releases is from Brazil in 1988, and this is just called The Singles, and it's got Route 66 on there bizarrely, so all the tracks are the same apart from they've tagged Route 66 on the end. Bizarre. Apparently there is no singles chart in Brazil, so it is a bit of a strange release. There's not a gatefold. If we look inside, it's very tightly packed. It's a very different label on the record there. Yellow text and the 1988 short-lived kind of planet or Saturn Walking Man logo for New Records there that you'll find on the Music for the Masses era stuff. And then it does have a card insert that goes inside, so it is in that respect a bit like the UK release, but it's not gatefold. And actually the card insert is so tight that I tend to just leave it out. And then while we're in the Americas, let's take a look at the US version of the Singles 8185, which was called Catching Up with Depeche Mode, which is the name of this playlist. Again, the tracks are presented on the back just the same. This is a 1985 release, but obviously the US got barcodes before the UK did, so that's why there's a barcode on it. It's got quite a nice glossy finish to it. It's not a gatefold, same as the Brazil one. The insert is paper and has this typical kind of overlaid lip that you get a lot on US releases. Just makes it easier to get the vinyl out. And then the vinyl itself is pretty standard sire, the same sort of thing you see on Madonna albums, for instance, with a big circular logo. And there's a difference in the tracks on this as well. So we have got here Somebody, Flexible and Fly on the Windscreen on this version, and People Are People and Leave in Silence are not on it. And then if we come back to Europe, Poland had a release in 1985. And this is on Tom Press, and this, like the Brazil one, and a couple more that I'm going to show you next are recent deliveries. Again, it's not a gatefold. Let's just take a look inside. Radically different record label in here. There's a bit like Australia, there's a single sheet insert, but this one is in colour. See, it says Tom Press up in the corner there. And then the label on the vinyl is very interesting, quite distinctive, like a pale brown sort of colour. The Tom Press logo at the top there. And track 7 on side 1 is Everything Counts, but they've actually misspelt it, and it says Everything Count E, Counte. And then here's the Greek version. Very similar. Got the grey icons on that appear on most of the versions. Then this is released on the Virgin label, so you get the colourful red and green labels with the Virgin and the Mute logos on. And again, their insert is a single sheet of heavy paper rather than it being the inner sleeve. Closer to home, or my home, is the French version, which was on Vogue. And tracks are all the same. It's a gatefold again. The insert is actually an inner sleeve, a little bit of a cutout at the top. And then the vinyl for France is actually not really what you'd expect. This, I think, was actually pressed in the Netherlands. So it was distributed by Vogue in France, but it was made and printed in the Netherlands, actually at CBS in Haarlem. And then finally is the version from Israel. And the Hebrew at the top there says Depeche Mode, all the hits. It's the same tracks. It's not a gatefold. And if we take a look at the label, very, very similar to, with some kind of background to the UK version. The labels are almost identical. And then in terms of the insert or the inner sleeve, it's actually a paper insert again. So the only reason I know about this is because I saw it advertised on eBay, but I actually got this far cheaper than the listing on eBay from a seller directly from Israel. It turned out to be cheaper than buying it from the seller on eBay. So it does pay to shop around as a collector. And that's it. Oh, apart from the one in the background. Now the one in the background it's a UK variant. So it's exactly the same as the first one I showed you, except for it was pressed at a different pressing plant in the UK and therefore has different codes on the runoff. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this edit is a bit quicker than it took me to record this. So I look forward to doing a shorter video with a bit more interesting stuff from my recent deliveries next. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. You'll get notifications when I do another video. And yeah, share it with, if you've got friends that are into Depeche Mode or collectors, then please share my videos with them. Thank you.